Virgo, hello, welcome back. Today I'm doing a reading for May 23rd until May 29th, 2021. This will be for Virgo in Sun, Moon, or Rising, should you cross watch. And this is a general reading as always, so it just might not resonate for you, which is absolutely fine. Take the things that are for you today, leave everything else behind, and let's get into your higher vibes. The love readings last week were very popular, so know that I will bring them back. Fear not. Today we are just going to let the energies decide what we talk about. And what comes up will come up. If the reading resonates for you, please leave me a big thumbs up. And if you haven't done so already, please do subscribe to the channel. That would mean the world to me. Okay, quite a bit of major arcana coming up here for you, Virgo. Overall energy, Page of Pentacles. Here you are just, moving forward and trying to get your voice out a little bit right now, Virgo. We'll see. I think there's just like a lot of people's energies sort of around right now. In the recent past for you, we have the Tower, the Star, and the King of Wands. So by surprise right now, you may have found yourself coming into a little bit of closer alignment with something you've been working towards. I think likely, I want to say that this might be work related for you or career related. Like somebody leaving a position and you needing to fill it, and that actually is a position you've been wanting to do, like something like that coming up. I don't know if you're feeling fully prepared for it. The energy is a little bit scattered, but yeah, it's going to be like a complete surprise to you that this happens. Coming into present energies, we have the Chariot, the Knight of Swords, and the Four of Swords. So diving in, really trying to dive in anyway and like do your best. I get the feeling that you're feeling a little bit frantic, like running around like a chicken with your head cut off sort of energy. And then you go home at the end of the night and there like needs to be this really massive decompression session in order for you to prepare yourself to go in the next day. I think this is part of the issue, is like you were thrown into something that you were wanting, but you wanted it for like a year from now, 2 years from now, 3 years from now. You don't really fully feel prepared for it just yet. So now that you're in the throes of it, there's this need to get through the day, obviously, to complete all of the work, all of the tasks, all of the projects, whatever that looks like. And then also like the learning component that comes with doing something new, but also that mental struggle of like, was I the right person? Should they have chosen me? I don't know if I'm the right person. And then going home and being like, all right, I need to just turn off that part of my brain and do nothing but like lay here quietly. And like, I think it's really going to find you moving into hermit territory where you're like, work becomes this very intense place for you, energetically speaking. You have to exert a lot of yourself while you're there right now. So then when you come home, you like don't want anybody around, don't want anything going on, just like quiet and space to like decompress from the day. Now, coming into the future energy, I think we're going to see you like shift out of this a little bit, like settle into the role a little bit. We have the Magician, the King of Pentacles, and the Six of Cups. This for me is you getting a little bit of advice, like having somebody external from your workplace, I think, but someone who knows what your work ethic is like, somebody who understands you as a person, like really reminding you of your skills, really reminding you of how far you have come, and helping you kind of have a little bit more confidence going into this day by day. So let's do some clarifying and see what we can learn. We'll start with the Page of Pentacles, this overall energy for you. Three of Materials, Ace of Voices, and the Five of Inspiration. Yeah, it's like you're surprised that you were the one that was chosen. You know, you thought that it was going to be somebody else who would replace this person when they left. But this is obviously a great position for you to be in for growth, for expansion, for development of your career, or your prosperity path in general. And so, you feel remiss to say no to this, but there's still that element of like, I think they probably should have chosen somebody else. Let's look at the Star here in the recent past for you. Muse of Voices, Knight of Voices, Queen of Voices. Wow. Yeah, this is like bringing you into, I want to say you must be somebody that works in a communication sector of some kind, that you work with PR or marketing, something like that. But this is like bringing you into a team that is very focused, direct, small, and it's people that like really know their stuff, people that have been in it for a while. And so you feel like, you know, a little kid at the big kids table when you're around them in that room. And I think that's going to be part of the struggle that you need to overcome. Obviously, you've been chosen to do this for a reason. With Virgo, I want to say it's probably a work ethic and that analytical mind you have. You're really able to understand and digest and process and like get your head down and do things. And that's being seen. But you're feeling like, you know, the kid at the grown-ups table a little bit here. Like you weren't quite ready to be there yet. But I would say with all these swords coming up, you work in a communication sector of some kind. Now, let's take a look at the Chariot down here in the present energy. Nine of Voices, Seven of Material, Seven of Emotions. Yeah, totally. Like, wow, this is amazing. I'm going to grow so much in this role. And then like reeling into all of the emotions that are surfacing for you, and that becoming something that you go home and obsess about, and you're up all night because you're like thinking about what you need to be doing at work the next day, or like thinking about the ways in which you shouldn't have been the one that was chosen for this role. This is going to take time. Like, I think this really to me is just like an adjustment. All right, you're being thrown in a little bit over your head, but obviously like somebody felt that you were going to be able to take this on, otherwise they wouldn't put you in the role. So there's going to be a bit of a self-confidence thing that needs to come up here for you. And also, yeah, like don't lose sight of this, that you are now in a position for real growth in learning, in money maybe, but like more so in expanding your horizons and what you're capable of taking on. So there is energy here of you really wanting to like put your best foot forward, put so much of yourself into it, but there's definitely a fear and something holding you back and feeling like you don't quite belong there yet. We'll look at this King of Pentacles down here in the future energy. Yeah, Death card, the Nine of Emotions, and the World. I love this because whoever this person is that is going to give you some mentoring, give you some advice, they're going to remind you, hey, here's the goals. Here's what you said you've been working for. Here's what you keep telling me would make you so happy. This is allowing you to start on a new chapter in your life. This is allowing you to like close out this period of doing whatever you were doing previous to this, where you weren't necessarily feeling like your contributions were as valued. It's getting you in better alignment with what you want. Look at how far you've come. Look at how much you've learned. Look at all these skills you developed. You are ready. The only way to get better at doing something is to be doing it. And I think this person's going to be able to articulate all of this to you in a way that is really meaningful and like resonates with you. We will take one last message here from Spirit. Oops. Nine of Wands, Six of Swords, and the Three of Swords. Yeah, you know, you are more ready than you think here, Virgo. And if you retreat from this, if you start doing the job and you're feeling overwhelmed and you're like, listen, I think that somebody else should do this, you're only going to set yourself up for disappointment. I think that's going to be a decision that will haunt you. So, you know, believe in yourself because other people have believed in you. If you feel like you just can't take it on and you just want to quit because it's hard, it's a challenge, it's something you weren't sure that you were ready for, like I would encourage you to recognize how ready you actually are. Like really take even a written inventory of like the skills that you have that align with what you're doing here, because if you turn your back on this, try to retreat and go back to a role where you feel more comfortable, you're going to lose out on that growth. And I think it's going to be of detriment to your ego and your ability to believe in your own capabilities. So, you know, be strong. You've got this. I'm really proud of you. Congratulations on your promotion if this is for you. As always, you know, if this reading resonated for you, please leave me a thumbs up. Leave me your comments, your questions. I love hearing from you, and subscribe to the channel. We'll see you next week.